Welcome back, everybody. I am alive. I am back in the videos. A little bit unfortunate last time I couldn't make it, but I'm back. We are going to be going over the Champions League draws that will be played March 10th and March 11th. Some crazy talking points we've got for you guys today. I'm going to start it off really quickly with what everyone and their mom knew was going to happen. Real Madrid draws Manchester City. They're playing March 11th. At this point, this is like to be expected. I could have told you 8 months ago that we were going to play City at some point in the knockout stages. I was really hoping it wouldn't be the round of 16, but as fate would have it, it is the round of 16. And I'll start the video off with a bang. I'll tell you guys right away my prediction: we will get knocked out. Real Madrid is getting knocked out. We've already played them in the group stage, and they beat us at home as well. So granted, Mbappe wasn't playing, but regardless, I don't see a world where we get past the City side. They've been picking up form lately as well. Maybe if this game was being played in October, November, we would have had a chance, but they've been on a hot streak. They're on Arsenal's tail. Holland's picking up form again. They're getting a couple guys back from injury. I just don't see a universe where Real Madrid, with this deflated defense, attacking line that just cannot coexist and work together in sync, I don't see a world where we go through. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think it'll be closer than you think.
I
I I know you see them picking up form a little bit. A lot of that has to do with the signing of Gahey. I think he's really shown that he's had an impact, especially in games like Liverpool.
Yeah.
Um, but I still think they're a little bit fragile. I think is Rodrigo going to be back for this game?
I hope so.
I
I
hope
mean,
so too.
every time we play City, he scores against them. So
Yeah,
it's like a guaranteed Rodrigo goal, even if we lose.
it's
At
another
least
audition for
Rodrigo
Pep.
scores. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what. Have you seen a lot of us lately? Because if you watch us, you want to like tear your eyes out of your head. Like
Right.
I want to dump my eyeballs in a vat of bleach after I get done watching this Madrid team. Like it's
At the end of the
horrendous.
day, you're still Real Madrid. You're still, one of the highest. I mean, what is it, like 15 years of getting into the group stages like in a row?
Getting into the knockout rounds or something like that, some crazy number. But it's just like I don't know, man. I've never been more pessimistic about our odds ever. Like, and we've had some nightmare seasons in the last decade. Like, I immediately what comes to my mind is like 18, 19, right? Like right after Ronaldo left, and I still had more hope that we would get through. And that was the season we got knocked out by Ajax.
Yeah.
You
When I
know,
watch City play, they're still not in a coherent system right now. They're still, adjusting to what players they have available.
uh,
And to me, both teams are going to put out the best squads that they have available. And
my only
I'm
thing
sure
is
both sides will have a plan, but
even
it's
with
really
both
up in the
the
air.
injuries they have, right? If like take our injuries and their injuries. I don't want to make it all about injuries. But at the moment, based off of like what's left for each club, they still have the stronger squad in my opinion. Like we're on our C string in defense at this point. Like honestly, like it's reached the point where we're playing Chouameni at center back. We're having to put Kamavinga at left back from time to time. Trent and Carvajal are finally fully fit again, but it's just like Rudiger's not fit.
Mhm.
Hoysson's not fit. Militao is not fit. Alaba's not fit. Like every week, it's just a new crisis. Like, and it's been like this for 3 years. And obviously, there's one Ninja Turtle rat to blame for us not signing freaking defenders because we had to give him 150 million signing bonus. And instead, we could have used that to like actually bolster up the squad, but we didn't. And we find ourselves in this boat where you've got Federico Valverde playing right back week in, week out because we don't want to sign defenders. Well, I guess that one doesn't count because we did, but they just got injured. But I don't know. I'm feeling pretty pessimistic. I get we're still Real Madrid, but
I'm
I'm just
excited. There's like two Ballon d'Or contenders going head to head. Like, who's not excited?
yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm excited to watch the game. I'm just not excited for the result of the game because I
Mbappe
just
caught a knock, no?
yeah, the last time they played, Mbappe was injured, and Mbappe's injured right now. Like he didn't play in the last game and against Benfica, and if he did, we probably would have lost because we would have defended 9 against 11. I mean, last
Mm.
when we played Benfica, we defended 10 against 11, which is a bit better, right? So, and people keep coming in my comments talking about like, oh, you didn't sign him to defend, you signed him to score goals. I'm like, bro, that would have worked a decade ago it doesn't work like that anymore. Like you can't get away with two guys that don't do any defending. It's not 2015. Like the game has evolved so much since then. It's like you really think with all the resources and the money that these clubs have, you're seeing teams in the mid-table and the relegation zone put up a decent fight because they sit down, they watch the film. They're playing at home, so we're playing away, and they're instructing their center backs, "Oh, let's just build out of the back through Vinicius' side." Because he's not going to do anything anyways. And they're getting the ball from the defensive third to the attacking third using the right channel, so our left wing, and getting it there over and over and over. And Carreras is just left out on an island. He's getting overloaded, and I see it week in, week out. And then you have Mbappe, who's a little bit more central or off to the right sometimes. It's the same thing. They just build straight through there. And then you've got a midfield three that's trying to cover five players. And I'm just like, we're going to go and do that against City and expect the result? There ain't a world I can see that happening. I'm going to be honest.
Who do you have playing center back right now? I'm looking at Hoyson, Militao, Asensio gone.
All injured. Asensio just got injured against Benfica. I forgot to mention. I think the last game we started with Asensio and Rudiger, who Rudiger's just come back from injury,
Okay.
and Asensio got hurt. And then we had to close out the game with Chouameni. So I suspect that it'll be Rudiger and Chouameni at center back, Trent at right back, which that alone is already a nightmare. Like,
No, is that your
if
only right back?
Doku's gonna no, Carvajal's fit, but like he just hasn't been himself this year. If Doku's fit, we're gonna get torched. Like if
Doku's not going to
Doku's
be good.
fit, we're gonna lose this game like 4-0. Right? Oh, but his through I don't care about his through balls, bro. I don't care. I don't care about his through balls. To who? The wingers or the forwards that make two runs in behind all game because they're lazy? What do these through balls do? Anyways, let me shut my mouth. So I'm gonna crash out, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you it's before the draw, I was looking at this grouping of, what the last 16 is going to look like. And
Yeah,
I thought that, there was a world where this could be super open in terms of getting to the final.
yeah,
Depending on where the draw went. It came out super favorably for us,
yeah.
but I still think this is going to be a campaign of, I mean, Bodo beat what, Atletico, City, and
And
Inter,
Inter twice.
smashed Inter twice.
Yeah,
Like, this is, I think it's going to be full of shocks,
yeah,
especially on that left side of the draw with you
It's
yeah,
guys,
weighted like
City.
crazy.
Yeah, but I just think I'm with you in terms of all the tactical stuff for sure. Like on paper, it looks like it should be five five nothing on aggregate,
yeah.
but I don't know, man. I mean, even last year, obviously we played you guys in the quarters. I think that we were well deserving of going through. I think the
100%.
aggregate score line was a little flattering
Okay, yeah,
though,
yeah,
and I think. I mean, it's the first leg is two wonder moments
yeah,
from Rice
yeah,
that don't happen 99.9% of the time.
yeah.
So, that we went into the second leg 3-0 up. If those two free kicks don't happen and you leave the Marino goal, it's 1-0 going into the Bernabeu, and we're feeling a lot different about it, right?
100%. Yeah.
And then
I
if
mean, and sorry, not to cut you off. I just want to get this out there just so everyone
yeah,
doesn't think I'm delusional. Even if Rice didn't score those wonder goals, brother, we created fuck all for chances.
no,
Like the
I
one goal we
yeah.
scored across two legs was a Saliba mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, still, that happens, and that's part of that's a legitimate reason why you could beat us. Is
Yeah,
moments like that where we have guys like Saliba who haven't played in knockout Champions League games,
yeah,
or have only played against Bayern,
yeah,
the year before, who don't have that solidified experience, been here, done it. Like, now we've been to the quarters, been to the semis, and we're the favorites probably for the tournament right now.
yeah,
So now if we we're playing you guys again, I'd be like, yeah, dude, it's going to be like 5-1.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm just saying, last season, I think it looked a lot worse than it really was. I think we still were good for the win,
Yeah.
home and away. But all I'm saying is, you could have got something. If it's 1-0 going back to the Bernabeu, maybe some of those decisions go a different way,
Yeah.
early in that second leg.
Yeah.
We could be talking about it totally different right now.
Yeah, that is true. I
It's,
mean, if there's any club that can make something out of nothing, it's us.
yeah.
I
And in
just
the
with the squad
margins,
available, I just don't see it. But you never know.
yeah, but the other thing I'm saying is that the margins are so small. That's the margins. The margins is those two free kicks, which
Yeah.
are if you hit that with 2% less power or you place it,
A
to
degree to the
a
right or
degree
something.
to the right or the
Yeah.
left,
Yeah.
those kind of things like, he postage stamped the second one and if, that maybe in a different roll of the dice is off the post and out and you guys
Yeah.
still feel like you got a lifeline.
Yeah.
And I'm also a big believer in goals changing game states psychologically.
Oh yeah.
Huge. Like even this weekend, and I don't want to get too off topic, I'm just trying to make a point. Even this past weekend against Spurs, if they give that goal where Saliba or Gabriel gets pushed in the back and would have made it 2-2, I'm worried.
Yeah.
Even as bad as they looked, as dominant as we looked, I'm worried in that moment because it's like 30 minutes left. It feels like Wolves again. You never know what the players are feeling like. That's where you get those Saliba mistakes. So all I'm trying to say is like the game state can change like that.
Yeah.
If if you're down at what the first leg's at the Bernabeu, right?
I believe
Against
so.
City.
I think so.
Because
Yep, it is.
it's yeah. So, you know, I don't know if you guys go up in the first couple minutes, maybe Vinny or Mbappe goes, gets through and gets a good chance. You never know what that might do for the other nine players and Courtois. I mean, that's the other thing too. Courtois is a huge, and I know
Courtois.
that he's a huge, seriously, especially in the Champions League, keepers make a world of difference. You guys don't win that final against Liverpool without
Liverpool
him.
all those years ago. Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously they have Donnarumma on the other side,
Yeah.
but Courtois is Courtois.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think you never know. I mean, I'm totally with you. Like I expect it to be kind of a battering over two
Yeah.
legs, but we could go out to Bodo in the quarters for all I know. Like
Yeah. I mean, they've already upset three European giants, two clubs that have won the competition. I know Atletico hasn't, but in
yeah,
the last decade they've made two finals, or the last 12 years
yeah,
they've made two Champions League finals. Like we're the
yeah,
only reason they didn't win a Champions League, honestly.
yeah. And to be fair though, I mean, because we also played Atletico and Inter,
Yeah.
and they were both kind of
Yeah.
not at it against
Yeah.
us. So not to take away from Bodo,
Yeah.
because
What they're
the
doing is
the
ridiculous.
yeah, what they're doing is crazy. I mean, they
Yeah.
they proved it with City,
Yeah.
but I was floored with
Yeah,
the
I
Inter
watched that.
tie.
I'm just sitting here. I'm like, is this the state of Syria? I'm like,
They
I was in
were
the Champions League once.
no, but they carved Inter though. Like
Yeah.
I think it was the second goal in the second leg where he plays that ball. I mean, it's nice build up, one touch build up, and then he plays that sort of backdoor ball set like centrally to the forward, and he just takes a beautiful touch and slots it. Like it's a
Yeah.
great finish, great move. So I think they're dangerous, man. I mean, and Sporting did pretty well too in the group stage or the league phase.
Yeah.
So I'm not super worried about Leverkusen, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I think there's a lot of teams that can do damage, honestly, like kind of like an Ajax thing. So
So if we're looking at the whole Arsenal route, like I suspect you guys go to through Bayern or Bayer Leverkusen quite easily, right?
I would, yeah,
All due respect to them, they're just not the team that they were under Xabi Alonso.
No,
Um,
they've been poached, but they have gotten a little bit of momentum to make it this far.
yeah,
Like a lot of their core players are gone,
yeah,
obviously, but I feel like they have recovered a little bit as far as picking up some like younger prospects and maybe some aged guys, but
yeah,
without Shaka, without Frempong, they're
Hurts.
How it
Hurt.
works.
Yeah, they're a bit
They're
better.
not dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, and then after that, like Elliot was saying just a second ago, like Sporting didn't do too bad in the group stage. I don't suspect that they could really upset Arsenal, especially not across two legs. I genuinely think in those initial games, it's really just Bodo because they've shown that they can upset teams of like a really high caliber or a really high pedigree. But I still suspect you guys to get through. If we're looking at the other end, after you get through either Bodo or Sporting, now we start to ask the question of who is your opponent going to be. So on the other side, you've got Newcastle versus Barcelona, which they've actually already played each other
Yeah,
like
I
this
think
season.
Newcastle won that.
Did
Or
My
they?
am I?
dark horse, Tottenham.
I thought
I
it was
think.
2-1 Barca, no? I'll check. I'll check quickly. I got it up. But yeah, no, it's been
Oh, but yeah, it was 2-1 Barca. You're right.
2-1 Barca, right? So listen, that's not Newcastle. I know has been a dark horse, has been like a thorn in Arsenal's side for a bit.
They were my
Um,
dark horse a couple videos ago. I don't know if you remember
Yeah,
that,
like
but yeah,
they are a team that is very
Is it
very good.
Newcastle? Do you guys
It
have trouble with Newcastle? I thought it was more Villa.
kind of both, honestly,
both
in the last few
honestly
years. That's the thing, though, is like it's like either they give us trouble or we just smoke them.
steamroll them. And I think what it is Arsenal is good at both sides of the game. They're good at the nitty gritty, the ugly, the physical, but they're also good at the pretty tiki taka boom boom boom. Right? So when they're faced with a team like Newcastle, the solution to tiki taka is nitty gritty, right? And the solution to nitty gritty is to out nitty gritty. I know that terminology is fucking crazy,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like truthfully, like if you guys are playing haram ball, they will look at you and play haram ball back and make it hard for you, which is
yeah.
why I suspect that they will make you struggle. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, they could give Barcelona a game
I think they
because
could.
the solution to tiki taka and all that high possession is just make the game ugly. And then they face you. I'm not saying that you guys play ugly football. You're capable of doing both, right? But they have the solution to both, which is
Yeah,
the scary thing.
yeah.
And let's say it's not even one of those two teams. You're looking at either, and this is the good side of things, either an Atletico Madrid team that you already thrashed 4-0, or a Tottenham team that you've scored 8 goals on across 2 games,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it's really, I don't suspect, there's no universe where Tottenham or Atletico goes past Barca or Newcastle.
Is Atletico Madrid more of like a I don't from the I want the La Liga perspective. Is Atletico a team that can go to a game and win by a lot or lose by a lot, like
So
coin flip kind of team?
they genuinely went like this. Don't quote me on this, but they went an absurdly long amount of time without beating Barca, right? And then out of nowhere, thrashed them 4-0 in the Copa del Rey. But then
Mhm.
just a week later, or a couple days later, lost 3-0 to Rayo Vallecano.
That's kind of
Now,
what I'm trying to hint
granted,
at.
they played their B team, right? Because they've given up on La Liga, right?
Mhm.
They're just trying to rest, make sure they're good in the Copa del Rey, because they're literally one game away from the final. They just gotta not lose 4-0, and they'll make it to the final of the Copa del Rey. Or no, they gotta not lose 5-0. Sorry. So they're kind of on the back end of things in La Liga, but that might help them in all honesty. They might just rest everybody because they're like, oh, we're third place, we're like 9 points or whatever behind Barca or Madrid. Who cares about La Liga? We're just gonna rest everyone, give Arsenal hell, or try their absolute best to. You never know what's going
I
on with
I
that.
see I see kind of the same thing with Newcastle because I
Yeah,
mean they're kind of mid-table right now. Last time I don't know exactly where they're at, but they're
I'll
not,
check.
they're in in the middle.
Their
Um,
captain's still out for 8 more weeks.
Are
but
they
they got
competing for Europe?
who?
Are they
Gimmerish.
Newcastle? No, they're in
No,
11th. They're
no,
nowhere
no.
near a European
Yeah,
place.
but
Okay, yeah.
that's what I mean. So they're not really even in a European race. They just got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by
Yep.
City. I don't know if they're still in the FA Cup.
I don't think so.
But the point being, like, similarly, I think that they're looking at this like we might not get another shot at this for a couple years.
Yeah,
At least not next season.
yeah.
So, you
Let's
know,
go after it. Let's
yeah,
try.
I
Let's.
mean, like, why not? And I think that they can do so. I think they're kind of similar to Atletico in that regard. Like, they could come out and surprise you, go up three or something, against like an Atletico. But I could also see them just getting dismantled by Barca if Barca comes out, with a
Yeah,
fit squad ready and
yeah,
catches them off guard early. So.
I
I don't
suspect that
know.
high line will be Barca's downfall. Like I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh,
Oh,
Barca
Gordon,
gets a
Gordon and
defensive out."
Alanga will tear them up if they play a high
That's
line.
what I'm saying. It's like people keep saying like Barca has such an easy route to the final. This is a Newcastle team that gave them a really good game. This is an
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid team that just thrashed them 4-0 before halftime, right? I don't know how Tottenham would look against them, but they play kind of like an ugly style of football that doesn't always work
Yeah.
in Barca's favor. You know what I'm saying? So those are 2 to 3 potential games that could, like, I don't want to go too crazy here because I still think they're a better team than we are this year than Real Madrid. But we could see Barcelona out as early as this first game against Newcastle, right? But then I can also see
Yeah.
them going all the way to the final because
Yeah.
last year they won a domestic treble, and with everyone fit, they've shown they're one of the best teams in Europe.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at with the just the openness, and even with the draw, I think it's still really open in terms of who gets to the semis.
Yeah,
And I mean, Newcastle are in some decent form right now. I'm looking at it. I mean, they absolutely thrashed Karabag, which I don't,
yeah.
maybe doesn't mean too much, but they still did it. I mean, it's still Europe, and you're still going and putting, last season we put like we beat I think PSV in the round
Like
of 16, like
7-1 on
yeah,
aggregate.
something, yeah, we beat them by like 7 or 6 goals on aggregate.
Yeah.
Um, so you never know. They lost 2-1 to City. That was the that was in the Prem last weekend, and that could have been a draw easily.
Yeah.
Um, they beat Villa, beat Tottenham. Like they drew with PSG earlier in the league phase.
Which is like that's ridiculous in and of
I
itself.
I mean like they can on their day do damage, and
Yeah,
like
for
you're
sure.
saying, Alanga, Voltamata, Gordon,
Yep.
they have,
Lisa.
Wisa, yeah, I mean even Joe Linton in the midfield, like they have good
They have a
players.
midfield that can make it ugly. They'll make Pedri
Yeah, yeah,
uncomfortable. They'll make Mr. Fidget Spinner uncomfortable. They'll make Frankie De Jong uncomfortable, right?
yeah.
Like they will get on their tails.
Yeah, and I mean even I think the Atletico Tottenham matchup is actually really interesting
Yeah.
because it's easy to say like, yeah, we just smoked them 4-1 at their place, like, they're in a relegation
Scrap.
scrap. But then why did they qualify immediately for the round of 16?
Yeah.
Why did they make top
It's a
8?
different
Like
game in Champions League. It's
it's
a lot more open.
yeah, and I mean, I would suspect that I don't know. I'm not, obviously we've only seen the new interim manager in one game. So it's kind of hard to read. And obviously, they do have more injuries than they've had throughout this league phase right now.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Who knows in a couple of weeks, maybe they got a couple guys back and, they've had this, everybody's had like a week off right now in England.
Yeah.
There's going to be an international break coming up pretty soon.
Yeah,
So
like
I
in
don't
March, I
know.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, they, they took 4 points off City this year.
Oh,
Like you never know, really. They
Yeah.
could get through that. And Atletico have similarly shown like you don't know what you're going to get from them.
Yeah.
Now, if they get to the next, if they get through Atletico, I don't see them doing anything against Newcastle or Barca. I think that's about as far as they can go. But I don't know. I look at that other half of our side of this bracket, and
Yeah.
I have no clue who's going through to the next round,
Let's all
honestly.
put in a prediction of what the semifinal will be. I'm gonna
Okay.
say Arsenal, and I know I just spent a lot of time talking crap about them, but I'm still gonna say Barca. Just because they have the experience and the history in Europe, unlike Tottenham, unlike Newcastle. I know Atletico Madrid has it, but once again, they've proven that they've beaten Barca once in the last 20,000 times they've played each other. So I'm gonna predict Barca Arsenal semis. What are you guys thinking?
Spurs.
Spurs Arsenal, the North London derby in the
Going
semifinals.
to be the worst Champions League semi you'll ever see.
What about you?
Uh, Not only because I wanted to be different, but for some reason Newcastle and Atletico are really poking out to me right now.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, in my heart, my head is telling me Barca,
Yeah.
My
Your
heart is
gut.
tell my heart is telling me Newcastle.
I almost agree with
I
you. I think
want to
it's a
say
really good
that.
matchup.
I want to say Newcastle. I just don't want to get clowned.
They're
So I
not.
I
commend you for just saying
partially,
it.
They're
yeah,
quality.
partially I'm trying to be consistent with my previous dark horse prediction,
Yeah.
and I think this is about as not as good because they got to get through Barca, but uh, if they get through Barca,
Yeah.
then I'm expecting to see them in the semi. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I
that's
agree.
what like it's actually set up fairly decently for them
Yeah.
to
See,
maybe go and do
this is why
something.
I disagree. This is why I'm picking Tottenham because I think Newcastle could do it. I think they could beat Barcelona. It might be hard without Bruno Guimaraes, but they could do it just from style of play, like Ali was talking about, because that's going to be an environment that Newcastle will absolutely thrive in. And if Spurs somehow beat Atletico Madrid, I think Spurs could upset Newcastle just through familiarity.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
I kind of I could see them. I just don't think that they have enough in the tank.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. They have 10 injured players.
But it's just like I could see in two legs, maybe, but I mean, another two legs against Newcastle and Barcelona, I don't see it. But
Oh,
I
there's
see
no
where you're
way.
coming from. Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, like I said, who knows? Like it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very surprising. Should we? Do you want to get into the other side?
Let's do it. Let's start
Um,
off with Bayern, Atalanta, get it out of the way early. There's
yeah,
no
Bayern's.
universe. There's no universe
Yeah.
Bayern doesn't go through.
I agree. I don't think Atalanta's gonna scrap a win from Dortmund, number two in Germany, and then go to number one in Germany and just
Is Dortmund even number two?
they should be.
I genuinely like I
I
actually
don't think
have a
they are.
disdain. I have a
I think
Really?
disdain
it's
for
I
Dortmund. Like if I was a Dortmund fan, I would actually be miserable. I would hate the ownership so much.
What has Dortmund done?
They have no right to be as inconsistent and bad as they have
They're
been
they're
over the last
two.
few
They're
years.
comfortably two.
They are in
oh
two, but
okay.
like that's not good enough. They haven't won Bundesliga in like 400 years.
That's because Bayern Munich is the only like big team there,
The
and
only reason why is because they
Dortmund's a
keep
selling
selling
club.
everyone. They keep selling everyone, and they're okay with just being second
Yeah,
place.
that's their model.
Like I specifically remember people on like the Dortmund board and people that were internally in the club when we first signed Bellingham talking about like Bellingham had a bad attitude, he was a hothead, he was like kind of rude and disrespectful to people. I'm like, yeah, because he wants to win and he's surrounded by a bunch of morons. Dudes that don't care. And then he came to us in his first season, he scored 23 goals and won a freaking double. I'm like, maybe y'all need a little bit more of that asshole, and maybe you'll win something instead of being in second place for the last 12 years. Not even there was Leverkusen won it and Bayern finished behind them, or no, it might have been someone else, and Bayern finished third and Dortmund finished fourth. It's
No,
like,
they
bro,
were
that's not
Bayern was
acceptable.
second. Yeah.
It's not acceptable. Like if I'm a Dortmund fan, I'm genuinely losing my mind. Like they made a Champions League final against us the other, like what, 2 years ago, and that was like the biggest accomplishment they've had in God knows how long. And then they lost the Bundesliga the year before, I think, on the
On the last
last day.
day on goal difference, yeah.
And the only reason why is because the main man was injured and couldn't play. Like there was no leadership on the field whatsoever. Bellingham's out. Oh, the game's over, and they collapsed. I think the game ended 2-2. It's like I.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't want to get in too big of a tangent. Let's go back to Atlanta and Bayern. It's just like company's been cooking, dude.
Dortmund caught strays for a minute for no reason.
Yeah, I know. I had to get that out there. Like company is one of the Guardiola disciples, just like Xavi, just like Arteta, just like a lot of these people now. Ten Hag, I know Ten Hag.
Maresca.
Enzo, yeah.
Enzo Maresca. He's been absolutely. I don't know how much you guys watch Bundesliga, but like they do this wild stuff where they play a back two. It's
I
like a
does yeah,
it's
doesn't
like a
shock me.
2-2-4. It's like a reverse 4-4-2, and it's not. They're just so good on the ball and so composed, and they just overload everything that teams can't do anything. And I'm just like, this is kind of nuts. Like, but would this work against like a City? Would this work against like a Barca or something? I don't know. I mean, I think the biggest game they played was Arsenal, and they lost 3-1. Right? Like, I still think they're my second favorites after Arsenal to win this whole competition. but it's just like I want to see them against like a City, against like a PSG, against like a someone like that. So I don't know. Well, those are my thoughts. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, I'm excited to see whoever gets through, probably City, but whoever gets through to meet them in the quarters, I'm really interested in that game
Yeah,
for sure. That's going to be super telling
yeah,
because equally, like I would probably expect Bayern to get through City,
yeah. Of course.
but but if City get through, then I'm like I expect to see them in the final.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I haven't seen a Bayern Munich City game in a long time. That's
I think the last one was a summer friendly in North Carolina.
that's
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
exciting.
What was
That's
it?
yeah. The other thing too is
I would probably go Bayern Munich in that game as well, just with Kane, Olise, and
yeah, like they just have
yes.
so much firepower. And I kind of I would probably trust their defense a little more than City as well.
They have a more
Um,
consistent system. They have a more consistent squad because they're not hampered by injuries. They also can just kind of play their reserves around the Champions League games in the Bundesliga because they're so far ahead.
yeah,
I think they're 8 points, which in the Bundesliga is like 50 points, in all honesty, because
yeah,
nobody's catching them up. And
yeah.
we've seen this over the last decade. Like nobody's catching up to that.
Okay.
Um,
So
let's get into the other side of this half. I'm not gonna lie, they already played each other. It was already an upset. I don't see Liverpool getting past Galatasaray. I said it.
I think
I
that stadium is such a hard place to play.
it's
They
the
got their
Turkish
little
fans
whistles
are
and they're fucking
incredible.
blasting them all day.
Wait, let's see where the first leg is at. Oh, so the first leg is at Galatasaray. You never know what could happen at Anfield
I
in the
think
summer.
Liverpool go down, but I think they clinch it at Anfield.
They've already beaten Liverpool and they've already beaten Juve 7-5 on aggregate. Who else have they played? I'm very curious.
Juve almost came back that day too.
yeah,
I
but
was watching that
they
game.
almost they almost choked to a 10-man Juve though.
It was 10 man. That's when they lost. They scored three before that.
Yeah, I don't
Like
know.
Juve
I'm
scored three and then
I'm
had
just
the
gonna
bad
come out
time.
and say I think
Well, that's what I'm
Galatasaray goes
saying.
through.
Yeah.
I think Galatasaray goes through,
I
honestly.
think they could. Yeah, I mean, it's been a little. I my only thing with Liverpool in that in even getting through to this to the semis if they get past Galatasaray is like I'm not usually they have you know in the last few years they've had that just ballistic attack
Yeah,
that they could rely on and they could say worst case we can outscore you 5-4.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, but right now I'm looking at Gakpo, Ekitike, and Mo Salah, and I'm like, Mo Salah hasn't scored since like December.
Yeah, he's been really out of form,
Like,
and Gakpo hasn't been in form. Ekitike is like their only guy, really,
yeah,
besides Soboslai.
and even so, like, I mean, say what you want about Gyökeres, but they're on the same goals now. So,
Yeah,
what's this guy gonna do on his own, sort of? And honestly, I don't rate Gakpo
no, I don't
very
either.
very highly at all.
He's a cut-in merchant. He's a
Yeah,
terrible.
and I also worry about the legs in that midfield too. I think they still have some defensive injuries if Szoboszlai has to play right back again or something like that. If they have to make
Yeah,
a sort of makeshift, back line. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. It
I
could be.
I
I'm
hate
not gonna.
that you guys are going to make the United fans defend this team. They're you can't write them off. You know they have the hardest stadium to go and play at. Maybe not as much this year, but in history, Anfield is an impossible place to go and play. They have big players. If you can write off Mo Salah because he hasn't scored in what you said since December, something crazy like that,
Yeah,
my
he's
my thing with Mo Salah is
he can switch it on at any time.
when he's not scoring, he contributes nothing.
But he
He
yeah.
can.
contributes nothing. When he's not scoring, he literally brings nothing to the team.
I
Like nothing.
disagree. I think Mo Salah is a creator at heart. At his heart, he is a creator. And that's what makes him so dangerous because he when he can get himself in crazy situations where he gets these goals, yeah, but like he also creates a bunch for his teams. Like when Arnie Slot first came in that year, they won the league. Like it was just these flick-ins over center backs and like forwards running onto these balls that Salah would play in. And
Yeah, but they
I,
don't
I
have
I
those
just
other
think about his
pieces.
one-on-one ability, and I'm
you're
like,
right, they
this guy
don't.
cannot beat a fullback to save his
But
life.
I also think Ekatike is the profile that can gel with Salah.
Okay.
And maybe you can shit on Gakpo too, but I think he can, if he just doesn't hit the fucking crossbar, he can bang one in from anywhere.
But I just like, I mean, you're saying Mo Salah can turn it on at any point, then, but it's like, okay, well, why would then do it?
Yeah,
Unless
You
they
know,
want
like
their coach to get sacked. That's why.
I
kind
don't,
of does seem like that in all
I
honesty.
don't know, maybe, but okay, but either way, if I'm Mo Salah for my legacy, I'm like, I look at Ronaldo at the year he was with you guys, when he came back with Ten Hag, like. There was plenty going on with him, and eventually we saw, he got pushed out the door, but he walked into that team, he was 37, 38, and he put up
And
like
was still
15
the second
goals.
highest scorer in England.
Yeah, I put up like whatever, 15, almost 20 goals in the Prem. Like that's turning it on.
Yeah,
I'm,
the GOAT.
if anybody might be bigger than the squad that they're playing for, it's that guy.
Facts. I agree.
You know what I mean? And all that stuff that came out a couple months
I
ago with
agree by
most.
default.
Well, but I'm saying, all that stuff that came out before Mo Salah went to AFCON, and it was like, we were wondering if we were ever going to see him in a Liverpool shirt again because of what he said.
Yeah.
Like saying like everything I've done for Liverpool and blah blah blah. All this. It's like, if anything, it's the other way around. Like they
Yeah,
gave
they
you
made
a
him who
career.
he is. He was a
Yeah,
nobody before that.
And
Chelsea.
it all stems from Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving on a free.
Yes.
I'm just saying like there's levels to this, and in my mind, he's a Premier League legend, no doubt. But I'm
He's
right
top five
now,
for me, honestly.
but right now in this moment, going up against a team that you've already lost to, and the state that they're in, I mean, just this weekend they could have easily drawn to Forest again, if
Yeah,
not for a late
97th
winner.
minute winner.
Yeah, I mean, it was seconds away from more drop points, and then we're looking at them like,
I was livid.
Eh,
yeah, but it's just, you know, I just don't think that they have they can access their normal ceiling right now.
no, no,
Is
they're
I
far
think,
from it. Just like
yeah,
us.
I think a tournament setting could do it. That's where I'll disagree with you.
It
In the
is,
Premier
yeah,
League,
I agree with that. Like we were saying with like the whole Newcastle Barca side of things, you never or potentially a Bodo versus Arsenal upset. You never know what could happen, especially because it's Europe and because of their history in Europe. But it's like the same thing for us. Like we have that history in Europe. We've done these crazy miraculous comebacks before. But I'm just saying, and I think this is what Elliot's trying to get into, based off of the circumstances and the players available for both Liverpool and Real Madrid, I just don't see the crazy upset happening. Or well, technically Liverpool beating Galatasaray is not an upset, but you know what I'm saying, like that holy hell surprise shock match and performance. I just don't see it happening for
well,
either Liverpool or us just with the form, the players missing, the squad available. Like it just, I don't see it happening. I don't know.
I'm gonna s- separate myself slightly from
Yeah,
your point of view. I don't think that they have no chance. I just think
yeah,
it's a coin toss.
yeah.
Like they easily could beat Galatasaray over two legs and
Yeah.
get through and fine. But I
I think it's
just
because it's over two legs, they'll get through comfortably. But
maybe, but I'm just not convinced on what I'm seeing from them. And
60-40.
yeah, it's in that range of like
60-40 Galatasaray.
ha, no,
No, I'm saying I'm serious. Like watch. You guys, I'm probably
no,
gonna
I
have
don't
them on in
sleep
the
on
comments.
Galatasaray. I know they're a good team, and I know their stadium is very fucking hard to go and play there because they're the ones who knocked us out in the group stage when United was there a few years
I
ago.
remember Anthony going to the fans like
Yeah, I don't need to be reminded of this shit. He had like the fucking mean glare
yeah.
meme. Like,
yeah, but I don't know. I think it's a bit of a toss up. I definitely I could see either team going through, but I think it's going to be kind of close. I could see like quite a few goals, and somebody's going to slip out with like a one goal, difference and take it. But um,
4-3 Galatasaray on aggregate.
something like that. But um,
I'm going
do we
forward to cool.
MGM hire me.
do we want to
DraftKings hire
do we
me.
want to get into the Chelsea PSG because I think this is really interesting.
Chelsea's winning.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Liam Rosenior is the
Mr.
worst
Man
manager I've ever
Age
seen.
is gonna come up with the upset of a lifetime. I don't care that the current Champions League holders. If you look at the previous game, they lost or they won 5-4 against Monaco. That my dog shit, terrible Real Madrid beat 6-1. Where did Elliot go? Why is your camera off?
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay, you're good. But like, bro, PSG has been struggling. I don't even know if they're up by that many points in League One. Hold on.
Ali. Chelsea tied Burnley. Chelsea tied Leeds.
Yeah, PSG's up 2 points in a significantly worse league. I know Chelsea isn't in the greatest of form, but Chelsea has shown that they can cause upsets, even though if they're dropping points against lower tier clubs. No disrespect to those clubs. They've shown that they're capable of upsets. They almost beat Arsenal. I know almost
This
is
is
like
the
a
same
big word.
PSG squad that kind of schooled Arsenal, let's be honest.
Last year.
And
I'm
Chelsea
talking
can't hold a candle to Arsenal.
Alexa, stop. I'm talking about this year's PSG. They just have not been in the greatest form.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
their quality is still much better.
It is, but Chelsea has shown they are capable of an upset. Like they beat an
They have
Arsenal.
one player who bails them out, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean they beat Barca 3-0. They all like they played really nitty and gritty against Arsenal. It didn't look pretty, but they almost got something out of it. They
Maybe I'm being a little
Uh,
harsh on
they
Chelsea.
they they are you talking about
the cup games.
yeah, I disagree with that. They made it difficult. You could say they made it difficult, but they didn't trouble us going forward at all
I know, but what I'm
in that
saying is
second
they
leg.
were one goal score. They only had like 2 or 3 shots on target, I think. That was their goal. Like I know it didn't look pretty. Their goal was to get a one scrappy goal, take the game into extra time or something, maybe to
Yeah,
penalties.
but they didn't I maybe it's just me, but they didn't
Yeah.
even look like it never felt like that was going to happen.
They haven't
Like
looked like a team since Enzo was in charge.
I think they had moments. I don't think it was obviously clearly wasn't good enough because they didn't go through. They didn't get past Arsenal. But out of all the teams that I've watched play Arsenal, besides Wolves, right, who somehow miraculously made it also hard for Arsenal, I think Chelsea did that well too. Everyone else kind of just got crushed. Like Arsenal just murdered everyone.
Liam Rosenior has been rotating players, trying to figure out, trying to be edgy, trying to figure out what hidden gems have did Enzo not realize, and
I
he's
mean,
getting
he's got like
punished for it.
700
He's
players under
realizing
his
he's
belt.
realizing his whole back line is complete shit. And
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
So Nick, you're under the impression, or you believe PSG goes through comfortably. Elliot, where do you stand?
it's another toss up for me, and I don't want to be this guy who's like afraid to make a prediction. It's not that I am because I'll make a prediction, but it's just I don't like I really don't even know what I'm looking at here. I mean, equally, I can see Chelsea pulling something out of the bag. I would if I was going to predict it based on what I think is going to happen, I think it'd be PSG gets through fairly
Okay.
comfortably. But I just again, you just don't know what you're going to get from this Chelsea team, especially with Rosinha. It's like I think he's tactically all right,
Yeah.
and I think he's got a lot to. I think their problems are more related to the individual players than they are like the structure or the management
Yeah.
of the squad.
Yeah.
I mean it's separate from like the ownership side of things, like that
Yeah.
that's a different conversation. But in terms of like what's going on the pitch, I think the individuals honestly like let the team down more than the system or the group as
Yeah.
a whole.
Red card FC lately, honestly.
Yeah, that's a big thing. The discipline, especially in it's going to be a heated environment,
Hmm.
home
Second
and
leg's at
away.
Stamford Bridge, by the way.
Yeah, but home and away, it's going to be. I could see their own fan base sort of riling them up.
Yeah.
Like guys like Caicedo and Enzo, who are just so rash. Like,
They are.
and they. This is. I mean, I think that they have this kind of like youth spark, like chaos thing that sometimes benefits them, but we see consistently hurts them as well.
Yeah.
Like it's why that a couple months ago they could have been within 3 points of us in
I know.
England,
I
and
remember.
now they're like 15 points off us.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely wild.
they're so roller coaster up and down. It's like just it's sort of just a question of like where is PSG going to catch them on that
Yeah,
curve?
yeah.
And like right now, I mean obviously we have them on Sunday and maybe we can get into a little bit of that later.
Is
I
that
want to
at
get
the
into that.
Emirates?
Yeah, it's at our place. Right now I think we're catching them like a little bit at the bottom of
I need
that.
you to fuck these guys up. I need this 3 point gap.
Nah, yeah. Well, I don't care about your.
I beat City for you.
Yeah, and
I,
then and then you
I is
beat us at
crazy.
home, and then
Yeah,
you
well,
beat us
I
at
don't.
home.
That's the separate.
No, it's not separate.
Separate.
You're talking out of both sides of your ass right now.
All
Um,
right, real quick, real quick. Let's
I'm
get a semifinal prediction for this side. All right. I'll go second just because I randomly decided I'll go second. Anyone want to go first? I need a second to think about it.
Elliot, you go first. I went
I'll go
first last
first.
time.
Okay. I'm gonna go Bayern PSG.
Okay. I'll
Think we're
go
gonna get a
second, like
final
I said.
rematch.
I'm going to go Bayern Chelsea because I'm also sticking with my Chelsea will surprise you as a dark horse and do some crazy stuff that they have no right to do, but somehow do it.
I'm
So
gonna
yeah,
go.
I'm gonna go Bayern Chelsea.
I agree with Bayern.
I agree with Bayern. All right, and
Bayern Liverpool because any higher power just hates me.
okay. All right. So we're all in disagreement. Nick, who'd you say? You said Tottenham, Arsenal on the other end. Elliot
Yeah.
said Newcastle, Arsenal. I said Barca. So we all disagree on every single one.
All right.
Well, we agree on half of them,
Yeah.
All right.
but
Barring your own teams, what is your dream final?
Oh, barring my own teams, okay.
For the sake of entertainment and watchability, what's your dream final
Arsenal,
without
Bayern.
using
Arsenal.
without okay.
Arsenal. I think it's the two best teams in the world by far, in my opinion. And it's like two Guardiola disciples. I think they both deserve to be on that stage. Arteta has Arsenal fans can say what they want. Elliot, you can say what you want. I think the dude has done a miraculous job at this club. Yes, the silverware has not come yet, and I have no reason to be this optimistic, but I truly do believe in what this guy has done because Elliot remembers this. I used to freaking despise Arsenal for the same reason that I despise Dortmund. They had no right to be as bad as they once were with the resources and the culture and the history of the club. So to take them from a team that didn't play Champions League for like 6 years to now, yeah, and having Mustafi as a starting center back, like he's done a good job. Like I don't know how anyone can hate. I get it, the frustration, the impatience of like we want this title. Hopefully he proves everyone wrong and he backs up my word because I love being right at the end of this season. I don't know. I think what company has done is just ridiculous. Like I get it, it's with Bayern in the Bundesliga who my grandma could go coach Bayern in the Bundesliga and probably win it by 15 points. I get that. Right? But like they're also playing a style of play that's just like ridiculous. Like we haven't seen a Bayern team like this since Hansi Flick won the Sextuple a couple years ago. Right? So to do that on what is this his third managerial job? He
Yeah.
did
I
or
think he's a guy they
second.
really respect.
second, no, he did Anderlecht in
Oh,
Belgium. Then
okay,
he
yeah,
did
yeah,
Burnley, and now
yeah,
he's here. You're right. To go
yeah,
from
yeah.
relegation zone with Burnley to getting the Bayern job and doing what he's doing, like they finished what second in the table of the group stage for Champions League. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they only lost to Arsenal. Like he's cooking. So that's what I want to see.
Company
Yeah,
always strikes me as a guy you really want to play for. Like I think
I agree.
Andy's got the
yeah.
quality of players that will take him anywhere.
I think my dream final, excluding Arsenal, would probably be honestly, I think City, I don't want to see City in the final, but I think just purely spectacle, I think City Barca would be really interesting. We never get to see City Barca.
Yeah,
And I think it would be probably the most evenly matched final.
that's what I thought about last year potentially being PSG Barca in the final had Inter
Yeah,
not knocked
yeah.
them out.
I think Bayern, if it's Bayern Barca in the final, I think Bayern kind of smoked them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Historically, they have freaking 8-2.
but yeah, but in terms of like what could be the best I think the best possible if I were able to include Arsenal, I think us and Bayern would be a
Yeah.
really entertaining game. But yeah, I think the mo second most evenly matched final would be City Barca. And like I said, don't get to see that ever. For some reason, you guys just have been magnetized together.
Yeah.
There'd also be some interesting uh, outside storylines to that because the potential of obviously, Pep playing his former
Where he made a
club, but
name for himself.
right, but B, the potential of Pep leaving and Luis Enrique going to City
Yeah.
is interesting.
Nick.
Or sorry, I'm actually I totally just I'm tripping because Luis Enrique I was thinking PSG. I'm tripping there. It's Hansi Flick. But
Yeah.
still though, Pep, first of all, we don't get to see that, and then Pep obviously
Playing his own
playing
club.
playing his former club and possibly leaving this year. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I would like to say though, on just quickly on the Arteta thing to clarify, I'm waiting till the end of the season
To make judgment.
yeah, because it comes down to if he does it or not. Like
Yeah.
I am fully aware that we're past this horse shit,
Yeah.
and that's why I put him up there is because look at where we are now. However, it, I need you need to get over the line, like
Yeah.
because otherwise we're Dortmund
Yep.
essentially. Like
Yeah.
it's just we've had too much talent. He's had too much time and money, and I need to see it happen. And whether it takes a super favorable draw for us, it's still going to be difficult. But if it takes that, I will take it 100%. Like
Absolutely.
I wanted an easy road to the semis at least because
100%. This also
we,
frees you guys up in the Prem as well. You know what I'm saying?
a
Like it
bit,
makes it
yeah,
a bit
a
easier to
bit.
rotate, you know?
I mean, I think we're still gonna have to go pretty strong in the first leg of these
Yeah.
of these games.
Yeah.
But if you know,
Extra
if
games
we
is still extra games.
yeah, that's the other thing. But I'm saying if we go to Leverkusen and the tie's done, I think if we win at Leverkusen, it's done immediately.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna come to the Emirates and beat us.
No. You guys can play
So
all your second stringers, pack it in, and
yeah, I
Malik
mean,
Tillman, American attacking mid hat trick.
but if we go up to at Leverkusen, it's done. Um, Similarly with Bodo, I think if that's the thing like if we let it get a little cagey against Bodo or Sporting, because actually they beat us in the Europa League about 3 years ago. I don't know if you remember that, but um, if we let it get a little cagey against those teams, then something could happen, a little upset. But if we go up 2-0 against Bodo, it's done. You know,
yeah.
um, it's actually interesting. I know we've played Bodo and um, Sporting in the last couple of years in the Europa League before 2023, 24. So that's I feel like that's a little bit favorable for us because we've kind of been there before, like physically been to like Bodo's ground and we know what that's going to be like.
Do you guys play them this season?
No, we played them in the Europa League a couple years ago.
Okay.
Um, but they've got that weird AstroTurf super
Yeah.
small stadium. Like
Winter is coming.
I like that we have been there and seen that because it's not going to be. I think it might have been a little bit of a shock for City this season, like just being horrible there. So we have a lot of guys from that squad, here now. Um, and then same thing with Sporting. We played them last year in the Champions League. We played them a couple years ago in the Europa League, like quarters or semis or something. So, um, yeah. Um, I think it's going to be interesting for sure, but Arteta needs to get one of these over the line for us.
Absolutely.
You're due
Uh,
for something.
Nick,
yeah.
your ideal
Nobody
four.
wants to hear my final.
No, I do, but we do got to wrap this up pretty quick.
No
So
worries.
let's hear it.
Um, I agree with Bayern.
There he goes again.
um, Bayern Spurs.
I hate this dude, bro.
I want to
hate.
Oh,
see.
you-
I'm
I want to see
gone.
Harry Kane score 6 on Tottenham.
That would be a treat. Like that would just be like the final nail in the coffin for Tottenham fans. But
No, you're a clown, dude. I'm sorry. You're clowning right now. That is actually
Nick, is
that
this
is
what we're sticking with,
dross. That's
what's
dross.
going on
Give
here?
me Bayern. Give me not Bayern. Give me Barca City.
Barca. Okay, fair
Oh,
enough. We got
okay.
two Barca cities. All right.
I'm not
Uh,
having that.
he's like, nah, you can't take mine. Any other closing thoughts, guys? Because I do have to fly here in a bit.
All right. Well, Elliot, you want to keep going on Premier League if Ali takes off?
Um, the only thing I would maybe touch on is the derby this weekend, us and Chelsea. But
Let's do that and call it.
okay,
Alrighty.
super quick. We'll go through that. Like I said, I think we're catching them at a little bit of a slope right now, a little bit of a slump rather. Um, I think it's a good time, especially with how we dealt with Spurs. They're gonna have a couple guys out. Cucurella is gonna be out, I believe, and Fofana got a red card, so he's gonna be the back line's gonna be shaky. I think it's
Red
gonna be
card
kind of
FC.
What center
yeah.
backs do they even have left?
Tosin, who is god
Mhm.
awful. Um,
Alba?
Badiashile is also god awful. Who?
Wait. Badia Shield. I thought he was exiled. Did they bring him back?
He's
They have
played a few
Chalaba.
times.
Chalaba was exiled and he got bought back.
No, he got
That
loaned out. Badia Shield was like no one even wanted him, so like he was training with the under 21s.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that Chalaba is on loan, gone?
no,
No,
Chalobah's
Chalaba
out.
went on loan to
Oh,
Crystal Palace and
okay,
was
okay.
brought back.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they have those three guys, Malagusto, who will probably play left back, I would assume.
Okay.
And then
Is
Reece
the Assy still
James.
there?
No, he's at Villa, I think. Um, but yeah, that back line, even with Fofana, is
Not great.
is not great. I mean, Cucurella improves it, and he always gives Saka kind of a hard time. But
He gives everyone a hard time. You look at him,
yeah,
you would not expect that, but he does. Fair play to
yeah.
him.
But yeah, so I think Saka's gonna have some joy if Malagusto's playing left back. And yeah, I mean, we really just need Gyökeres to keep the momentum up, keep the intensity up, like cause them issues, cause them problems. His all around game, we talked about it the other day, has been pretty good recently. I mean, the Wolves game was everybody was terrible, but aside from that, he's had a couple really good showings. And I think he has reason to have some confidence right now for sure. So I want to see a big performance from him. Like I don't want to just see him disappear again. Like
Yeah.
let's try to get some consistency here. Um, but otherwise, I mean, we're relatively fit. Odegaard's back. Calafiori, I believe, is on the way back. Ben White, I think, is pretty close as well. Um, so yeah, I just want to see us go as strong as we can, and we've had a week off, so I'm expecting a big win. I'm gonna predict 3-0. Um, I just don't I don't rate their attackers aside from even João Pedro. Like I don't rate him as highly as Nick does. Um, but I don't really see them causing us many problems, especially if Cole Palmer is going to be playing on the right wing. Like I don't think that's his best position. Um, so yeah, it
Well,
should be a win.
for the sole reason that I absolutely need you to win. I think it's going to be harder, so I'm going to go 3-2 Arsenal with Pedro and Palmer goal. Arsenal goals. Give me Gyökeres in great form. Um, Give me Saka because he needs one,
He
and
needs one.
give me 2 goals for Saka.
I'm gonna say 3-0 Arsenal.
Who scores?
Gyökeres gets one. Trossard gets one. Declan Rice gets one.
Trossard and Declan like a goal against Chelsea for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, lineup wise, on our side, I want to see basically the lineup we had against Spurs. I want the same. I want Trossard, Gyökeres, Saka, Eze, Rice, Zubimendi in the back line pretty much picks itself. The
No,
only
no
thing,
Saka attacking mid.
no, um, not in this game.
Too important to
Be,
switch it up now.
yeah, that's the other thing too. I kind of liked the idea. Like, he Arteta was trying it out against Wolves, and I think it was Wigan in the cup. Um, and it looked all right. I was excited by it. I like the idea. I think I said a while ago on the channel that I wanted to see him central.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, 10 games left. Just,
Just
you
stick to
know,
what's been
yeah, just
working.
stick to what has worked for us. I mean, even so, I think his best position is still out wide, but it's just more trying to fit him in somewhere where he could be more effective
Yeah.
and efficient in terms of scoring and assisting. But um, the only other thing, and I did bring it up the other day with Nick, I would like to see either Calafiori or Ben White start this game if they're fit.
Okay.
Just because I think we were a little bit one-dimensional building out of the back with um, Timber and Nkapie. Like they're just Nkapie has not given us very much going forward on the ball, and Timber's decision making has been kind of shaky. And I'd almost rather like if we can start Calafiori on the left, let him go up and be wherever he wants to be in the build up in the attacking phase, and just have Timber sit back and be the back three, um,
Yeah.
or vice versa with Nkapie and like Ben White.
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to see that, and I think that that would help us open up what I assume is going to be. I would expect them to.
They're very vulnerable. Chelsea
Yeah,
is very
they're
vulnerable.
vulnerable, but equally I would expect them to set up similarly to how they set up in the cup.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
I don't think they're gonna come out and
No.
go for the jugular. Like I think it's gonna
Especially not
be
at the Emirates. No, there's no way.
yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for. I mean, we absolutely have to win. Like
Oh, absolutely.
I think whatever happens with City, we have to win. Like I can't have another draw or a loss. Like
Yeah, no way.
I think actually if City drop points potentially tomorrow against Leeds, that the pressure is actually more on
You
as
guys.
opposed to if they win. Yeah,
Yeah.
because if they win, then it just it is what it is. We got to do our job. But if they don't,
City don't lose these games though. Like I don't
But
have hope that
but
Leeds has
City
been
will
taking
drop the
points off
leads.
the big guys. Leeds
yeah,
has
they
been
have.
they've been a
And
Robin Hood this year.
I mean,
City's
City
kind of
have
immune to that.
they're not though. I mean, they lost a 2-goal lead to Spurs. They drew to Brighton at home. They
Spurs has
uh
always had their number. Brighton's probably a fluke.
I don't know. I don't know, man. They've had a lot of draws recently in the league. Um, I mean, in this whole last, I mean, since 2026 has, begun, like we've had pretty similar form in that, like we've had some weird draws and losses, and they have. I mean,
You're telling me Brendan Aaronson's going to pull something out of his ass, or Calvert Lewin's going to get another one? Like I don't see it.
Oh, there's that call. All right, guys. You finish this up. See you guys later. Bye,
all right.
everyone.
Um, no, man, I don't think it's that simple. I mean, City have shown vulnerabilities. I'm not saying I think that they're going to drop points,
I think those
but.
vulnerabilities might be out the window with Gahey and Ruben Diaz.
I don't know though because I still don't think that they're not what they were. Like I don't as good as they've been and they've picked up some form, like I don't think they're gonna win every game for the rest of the season.
City will choke to a good side because Cherokee's too inexperienced. That's honestly it. Like, because they still have these younger stars that are gonna have gonna have their day or not gonna have their day. Like they can still Cherokee could be the best player in the world, and then he could be non-existent.
I
You know,
mean,
Phil's the
yeah,
same way.
I mean, so City are in good form. Their last loss is that Bodo game, and then before that it was you guys.
And that Bodo game
But
was a while.
I mean they drew Brighton, drew Chelsea, drew Sunderland. They beat Fulham 5-4. They beat last time they played Leeds, it was 3-2. Like I I I'm not. I expect them to win
You
tomorrow.
have more draws than City does.
Yeah, but they have more losses, right? Like,
That
I
fair.
mean, so I just, I don't know. I don't expect Leeds to, you know, win necessarily, but it is at Leeds, and I think they could do something. I mean,
Yeah, all right, so I'm looking at it like City has dropped points in the same amount of games as Arsenal has. So it's like to me that's pretty resistant to fucking, blowing it
well, I
as far
mean,
as that goes. Like
maybe, but I mean, you saw we drew Wolves. Like, it can happen. I don't know. And cities they're not us. Like, they don't have that same kind of choking gene that we seem to have. But I don't know. I think that I think something could happen. I almost want them to win though because I want the players' mentality to just go do our job because it
you're
seems to
you're a
be
game ahead right now, I see. So their pressure is kind of on them.
well, I think that that's going to come more into play whenever it is that they make that game up.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like later in the season.
Well, every game's gonna feel that way until
Well, what I'm saying is I think this pressure is going to be on City when we don't play that week. Because I
Mhm.
think I think our
Oh,
Wolves.
I'm saying the pressure's on them. You're talking about the mentality of your players.
I'm saying right now, I almost just want City to win so that our players just worry about us
Hmm.
and they don't get into the like, oh, we could go 8 with a game in hand with City having a game in hand. Like, I just want you to put your head down, win your game. Don't worry, assume City's going to win every game for the rest of the season. Go win your game because there's nothing like we could go win every game. We have the squad to go win the next 10 games and win the league. But if City like if City maybe draw tomorrow and then we feel like we have a free hit, we're not building momentum and maybe we take the foot off the gas a little bit against Chelsea and let something happen. Like that's not
Hmm.
what I want. I almost want City to push us more so that we can go be better.
Hmm.
I
So
I
last year, Liverpool won the league with a record of 25, 9, and 4. Right now, you're at 18, 7, and 3. Like you're on track for that essentially. Like,
yeah, that means that we could draw 2 more and lose 1, right? Is what you're saying?
yes,
That's kind of what I expect to
have
happen.
winning stats.
Yeah, that's kind of like I actually don't know. Like I still think that we will right now, I don't think that we lose at the Etihad. I think we could, but I don't think we do. If I had to call it, I don't think that we lose a game in the Premier League for the rest of the season. If we go beat Chelsea convincingly tomorrow, I don't think we lose again in the league. Now,
I
if
think
we
City has a good chance, not a good chance, but the best chance probably to do it. And if that happens, I see you losing more games. But if you beat City, I see it maybe more clear cut.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it?
I don't know. It's we're gonna see,
A
really.
lot
Like I
is
think
riding on that game.
yeah, it is. But I mean, equally though, I'm telling you,
It's always a fucking snooze fest.
I just think yeah, that game is usually not super fun to watch. But I think even outside of that, I don't think it's gonna go to the last day. I think that both us and City have shown, I mean, we've been the 2 most consistent teams in the league this year, but we have still both shown so much inconsistency that I think one of us is going to just drop off.
I don't know, bro. United's the only team in history to come back from a 12-point gap.
Please, come on,
We were
man.
still in it.
Okay, I actually go ahead because I want to. We can clip that and we'll bring it up. We'll bring it up in May.
I'm joking.
Either way, we'll bring it up in May.
The
But
non-seriousness of that.
I just, yeah, tomorrow. I think this weekend's going to be really important, really telling for where both of us are at. In my mind, especially Arsenal. Like I need to know what we're gonna find out what Spurs was. Like, were they that bad? Were we good? We I Both those things I think were already true, but I think it's going to be more telling, like, where are we really at?
Mhm.
Because the Wolves and the Brentford, you know, results are not that far behind us. It's been a while since we've really had some good
I
form.
think Spurs was a good reset.
Yeah, but right now I'm just like I'm really I am thinking ahead for the purpose of we're making
Mhm.
videos, but I
And
am
there is a lot of fair
entirely
amount of pressure on Arteta because, like, with the deep squad comes options, and you have to pick right, and you have to balance. And
yeah, but I think what he needs to do at this point is use the options as options, not as starting. I don't want to see him chopping and changing the starting lineup very much. I don't, I want to see consistently, like, if Eze's your guy right now, if he's fit and Odegaard is in and out of fitness and in and out of form,
if it's not broke, don't fix it.
yes, yeah, exactly. The only thing that's gonna that for me is, like, if you have fitness issues with Calafiori, I'm a little bit more okay with you switching up things in the back, but the attacking line needs consistency and needs to step up for these last few games. So I don't want to see Madueke starting. I don't want to see Odegaard really, I, almost at all right now. I don't want to see Jesus. Havertz might be back pretty soon. I would be more okay with, like, if he wanted to, for one of these games coming up, if he wanted to play like Eze and Havertz behind Gyökeres, maybe. But beyond that, I don't really want that position messed with too much. Zubimendi will need a break pretty soon because he's played like every game but one this season. But as much as we can, like, let Trossard start, let Martinelli come off the bench where he's been his most productive this year. Declan Rice, do your thing. So yeah, I want it to be as consistent as we can for the next few games, and maybe rotate a bit in Europe, like Ali was saying in these first few rounds if we can. But um, I'm wary of, like you were saying, with him just chopping and changing. I have all these options. What am I going to do? No, we you should know what your best team is at this point in the season. So decide what that is, put it out, stick with it. If you need to change a game in the 60th, 70th, 80th minute, yeah, bring a guy on. But, you know, yeah, just keep it as consistent as possible. Um, Again, just back to the game, like, just go do our job. It really is all it is. Um, I'd like to see us go up early to settle ourselves. I don't I don't need us to kill the game by halftime, but I need us to not do what we have done in the last few games, which is score and then look shaky for 20 minutes. I just want a consistent 90-minute performance. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Give me a good 90-minute performance. Show why you're the top of the league. Dispatch on to the next one. That's all there is to it, really. Um, so yeah, I mean, in terms of the other Premier League thing, fixtures. I think maybe we can get into that in another video after the fact, maybe tomorrow or Sunday,
Yeah,
um,
100%.
or maybe early next week. So, probably call it there. Let
All
us
right,
know.
everybody. Glazers out. Let's hope Arsenal
Also,
can
yeah,
destroy Chelsea.
also just really quick, I know that we're still kind of working on the name, so if anybody wants to leave some suggestions in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. Of course,
Oh, I know
let
two guys who are going to leave comments on what the name should be.
Yeah. So let us know, like, and subscribe if you want. If not, whatever. Um, but yeah, I think that's all from us today. I'll get this video up soon, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Yep, yep. Thanks, everyone.